Hi folks, Donnie D here. Finally getting a chance to make a review opinion video on my Beretta Neos U22 long rifle semi-automatic and the Strikefire Vortex Strikefire red green dot sight that I bought for it. I had it got it mounted up and all. I won't go into all the stuff that I've been doing the last few days, testing it out, trying to get everything mounted up right. But just so you'll know, I ordered the Strikefire. Was the the Strikefire I ordered was the version that's for the AR-15 flat top. It comes with a much taller mount, so I had to order a separate mount from Vortex to get it down low like this. I wanted it as close to the barrel as possible, obviously. And it's actually about 1 3/4 inches from the center of the scope to the center of the barrel. And that's about as close as you can get it. Can't get it any closer than that. But anyway, I want to go ahead and do my review of this gun. Um, First, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I'm having a little bit of a problem with, or something I want crazy about. First, it's very simple. I've already fixed that. This gun has kind of small grips. I may have even mentioned this in the first video. And in order to fix that, I just bought this little rubber Hogue slip-on grip and thickened it up just a little bit, and now it's fine. The other problem is I am having a few failures with this pistol, but I am absolutely certain that it is this pistol, my pistol, rather than the whole line of Neos, because if you go on YouTube and online, you'll find a ton of reviews. I haven't read obviously every one or looked at every one, but every one I have looked at, I've seen nobody that has any problems with this gun whatsoever. And this one's not doing bad. It's just having enough failures and all kinds to just be aggravating. But I know what the problem is. I can feel it when I pull the rack and slide back. It's sticking a little bit. It's just a matter of cleaning it, polishing it, and lubing it and trying it, and then keeping that process up until I get it like I want. I even got me some jeweler's rouge today. I'm gonna go in there and start polishing. Next time I clean it, which will probably be tomorrow morning, go ahead and clean it and do some polishing on the mating surfaces, and eventually I'll get it just like I want it. But fear not, do not hesitate to buy this gun because of what I just said, because it's not the line of guns, it's not the model, it's not Beretta, it's just this one particular gun, and I'm sure there are others out there the same way. And the failures are very few and far between, but I'm having enough just to be aggravating. Of course, any failures are aggravating. But anyway, that's all the bad stuff, and it's not much. I have no problems with the sight, none at all. So let me get started with the pistol. First of all, obviously, want to make sure that we know that the pistol is clear. It's clear, no ammo in it. It's unloaded. Let's see. First thing I want to do is start out with the style of the gun. I like it. I'm a little bit more of a tactical type style to my liking, but this thing is very modern, very sleek looking, almost space age, and actually I kind of like it. It's a very nice looking, sharp looking gun, no question about that. Starting at the front, if you'll notice, the barrel here is actually recessed inside of the frame. And what that'll do is, I don't know why they did it, but I know one reason that one thing that's good about it is if you ever drop this gun and bang it down there on the end, you're going to scratch the frame up, but you're not going to damage the barrel. That little 1/16 of an inch, I guess, maybe recess up into the frame will protect that barrel. It's got a really pretty nice trigger guard, very sleek looking design. I like that about the gun. It's got a nice trigger. I have no idea what the actual pull of it is, but it's crisp. I don't feel any notchiness or any grittiness in it. It's got a nice break. There's a fellow that got a video. He's about the only person I've seen that had any complaints about it. He wasn't crazy about the trigger. I wish I could think of his username on YouTube. I'd tell you who he was, but he shows a real simple fix to make the trigger even smoother than it is. I don't have any problem with it. I'm happy with the way it is, so I'm not going to mess with the trigger. Your slide release is located right there. It has an ambidextrous safety, as you can see, on both sides. You can get to it from both sides. A lot of people don't like a safety on a gun. I happen to like one. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I kind of lean more towards safety than I do quick acquisition of being able to shoot and not worrying too much about leaving the safety, especially in a gun that I'm not going to use for self-defense. This is a target gun. I'm not going to be carrying this around. So I don't. If I forget to leave the safety on, no big deal. And like I said, better safe than sorry. The magazine release on this gun is right here. Some people have had a problem with it. I don't have any problem with it. I kind of like it there, to tell you the truth. I guess maybe when they're in the off position where they've got the finger up here, maybe they press down hard and they could possibly release the magazine with their finger. I hadn't had any problem with it at all. Like I said, I kind of like it right there. It's that button right there. One thing I really like about this gun, and it was a big selling point for me, is the slide, as you'll notice, is between the top of the frame and the bottom of the frame, similar to a Buckmark or one of the Ruger designs, and that allowed them to take this top part of the frame and make it into a Picatinny Weaver style rail. That was a big selling point for me because this gun is very inexpensive to start with, and I didn't even have to go out and buy a rail. It's already built in. I didn't have to worry about drilling and tapping my gun. It's just there. That was a big selling point for me. That saved me, I don't know, quite a few dollars, and saved me from having to deface my gun. I didn't want to have to drill and tap my gun or buy one of these that wrap around, all that kind of stuff. So that was a big selling point for me. By the way, you used to get this gun for just a little bit over $200. It's going to run you around $300. I actually bought this gun used from my local gun shop for $329, which is a little bit high, but I priced it on the Gun Genie and it's $349, I think, there. So I figured that by the time I bought it somewhere for maybe say $300 or a little bit less, by the time I paid all the transfer fees, that I was going to pay about the same. So I went ahead and picked this one up from my local gun shop, and he'll stand behind it for me. The field strip the gun is very easy. It's absolutely tool free. There's a button right here. Well, first thing you do is drop your mag out. The next thing you do is lock your slide back. I'm not going to actually field strip it for you. I'm just going to show you the procedure. You then press this button here, and that releases this thumb screw. You back the thumb screw out, and that unscrews the barrel. That means that all this stuff up here, the top of your frame, the barrel, all lifts off. You then release, hold on to this and release it. Your slide will go forward, and your spring and slide will all come off. That'll then expose your firing pin and the firing pin spring. You then hold on to it so it doesn't slip out on you. Pull the trigger, and it'll come loose. You can take your trigger, your firing pin, striker spring, and the striker, firing pin, whatever you want to call it. And you got all that separate. You can then clean your gun. Very simple to put back together, just in the reverse process. Very easy cleaning, very easy takedown, very easy field strip. No tools whatsoever. Let's see what else I can say. One more thing, it does have a cocked striker indicator right here. When you see that red, that means that the gun is the striker is cocked and ready to go. There's no bullets in the gun, so it doesn't mean the gun is going to fire. It just means that it's cocked and ready to fire. This gun is empty, so obviously it wouldn't fire now. And to tell you the truth, that's about all I can say about the gun. I'm happy with it. Extremely accurate, particularly for a gun so inexpensive. I mean, from what I understand, you can spend literally thousands of dollars for target pistols, and this one serves my needs. I'm not a competition shooter. I don't make my living shooting. I'm sure I would go with something different if I did. But for me, just for fun, shooting targets for fun, it's perfect. I mean, you just can't beat it. I love the gun, even with the few failures I'm having. I'll get that straight with this old rouge and some sandpaper and polishing up and cleaning up and greasing up, and I'll get that part straight. I ain't even worried about it. Alright, let's move on to the sight here. This is the Vortex Strikefire. I originally ordered a Vortex Spark, which might be a better choice for a handgun, although this one's just fine. The spark is about $30 more. This costs about $160. The spark's going to cost you right at $200. The spark is about half as long. It's about 3 inches long. So it's going to hit about here, and it weighs about 5 ounces, whereas this one weighs about 7. So it is lighter and it is shorter, and it is more suited to a handgun, but I have no problem with this one. Reason being, I fully intend to buy both for this gun and for my Taurus Tracker a full-size handgun scope, which is going to be somewhere in about the length of this, about 10 inches long, something like that. So it's going to be even bigger. I'm going to buy that so I can swap them off if I want to shoot longer targets, say 100 yards or maybe a little better. I'll use the scope. Say 100 yards back in, I'll use the scope and or the red dot, or scope or the red dot, not and or. But let me start with the features of this thing. Like I said, I ordered the one that was for the AR-15. It has the ring, mounting ring, comes with the mounting ring that's much higher and designed to co-witness the red dot with the mil-spec iron sights on an AR, a flat top AR-15. I mounted it first that way, and I ordered from Vortex and got this and put it on and took it back out today and did some testing with it. Other than the little failure I had, everything ran great. I love the sight. It's very rugged. It is what I would consider to be a just below middle range price wise for a red green dot sight. This is about $160. The sight mark in the fire field, I've got a sight mark open frame red dot on my AR-15. I only paid somewhere between $40 and $50 for it. They're great sights. I've had no trouble with it. I've got a fire field red green dot open frame sight, which is basically identical to the sight mark that I've got a review on that's on my AR-15. Got it on my Taurus. Great Taurus Tracker, great sight. This is about 3 to 4 times more at $160. I'm sure it's more rugged, it's more weatherproof because it's an enclosed tube design. Like I said, it's very similar to an aim point. I'm sure the aim point is a much better, heavier duty, higher quality, but it also costs about 3 times more at somewhere around $500 as opposed to this at $160. I kind of have a tendency to baby my guns. I'm not going to be dragging them through the mud, so I'm sure this will do me just fine. But going over the features of it, it has these nice lens covers, flip up rubberized lens covers. I'll go over them in a minute. Some people have a complaint about them. I'll take care of that complaint real quick. Let me get up here where I can see so you can look through here. If I can get it on, you hit this button to turn it on, and that's going to give you, yeah, there it is. You can sort of see it. I got it on dim. That's the on-off button. Just hit it, and that brings the dot on. And you press right here to brighten it up. It's got about 4 brightness. Then down here, to dim it back down. Right here for night vision, and you can go up 1 and then back down. There's 2 different brightness levels on night vision. You can actually see it, but it's pretty dim. Then go back again, and it puts it back on normal red dot. It's got a nice round, crisp dot. One bit of advice for anybody using any red dot sight or green dot sight is whatever your lighting condition is, set the dot at the lowest brightness level that will work for your situation. That will make the dot appear to be at least at its smallest, and that's what you want. Also, on the power switch, you hit it again, and it will change it from green to red. Can't see it real good. Let's get it up there a little bit more. But anyway, it's very bright. This tile, white tile, is fooling you. It's plenty bright for outside. I had to turn it up about midway, and it was very bright when I was out there today. Hit it again, it turns back to green. Then press it and hold it for about 5 seconds. Boop, cuts it off. Alright, now, the complaints that a lot of people have had about this sight. Number 1 complaint is that the location of the on-off switch is on the side here. That means that it can be bumped on fairly easily, but you just be careful with it. Now, don't just toss it around or cram it in some tight packed foam squeezing case, and you won't have any problem with it. And the other is, for some reason, they don't like these. And I can't see anything wrong with them. Some people say, well, they're hard to close. Well, that's because you don't know how to close them. If you look on here, right here, there's like a bullseye for you. It's the Vortex logo. All you got to do is push right in the middle, and it'll snap right closed perfectly. Do the same thing on the front. Push the middle, and it'll snap right on there. I see absolutely no problem with them at all. I forgot what kind of battery it is. It's that little funky looking battery. It looks like a little small D size, about this long. It comes with the battery. There's your battery compartment right there. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to show you? Let's see. That's about it. It's a great sight. It seems to be very accurate. I haven't shot it an awful lot, but it seems to be holding 0. I have no doubt that it will hold 0. I have no doubt that it will work just fine for you. It's got about every feature you could possibly want for a red green dot sight. And married to this Beretta Neos, it makes a fine combination for a inexpensive target pistol. I love it to death. I highly recommend it. Got any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm having me some fun with this here thing. I'm going to tell you that right now. I love it. It's a really nice gun and a really nice sight, and the two combined are great. Don't hesitate if you're looking for one to get this combination. Oh, by the way, let me tell you one more thing. The gun, I might have mentioned this, I don't know, I'm getting so old I can't remember nothing. The gun comes with a nice plastic case, if that matters to you. Once I get the gun, I'll stick the case in a box and never look at it again. It does come with 2 nice stainless steel magazines. That's a big money savings, because any of you that do much 22 long rifle semi-auto shooting knows that these things will run probably $25 to $40, maybe more now. It comes with 2 of them. That's a nice money saving. And it comes with a couple other things. I don't even know what they are. Some extra stuff that I don't really need. It's a great gun. I highly recommend it. Have any questions, just call me, or just type into my either on the forums that I'll post it on, or send me a note on my YouTube channel, and I'll try to answer them for you. But anyway, for right now, this is Donnie D, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.